COVID is not gone. The statistics are skewed because people are testing at home and not reporting results, as well as the amount of contact tracing is almost negligent now. I have asked multiple times for us to have a report of the status of COVID in our school systems and how it's impacting our students and absences and our staff and absences. And I wanted to have this time tonight to have our staff to come up and finally be able to present to the public. Due to the lateness, of course, I'm not going to ask for that, but I would appreciate that at a future meeting that we do have this information stated at a board meeting to the public so that they know that we are actually taking into account and understanding what the trends are. And as I stated in my board comments, I do feel like the statistics and the trends are very skewed, and we have to do our job to support our students and staff in our public school system.
Yeah, very good point. Thank you.
Mr.
Dr.
Chairman.
Flenard, can we make sure we incorporate our lead nurse into next meeting for an updated report?
Mr.
Phelps.
I just want to say that the CDC guidelines at our last meeting stated it's all online. If you can follow it. We were in the yellow. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Flenard, but we were in the yellow and it's out there. I brought it up at the last meeting. So I guess I checked yesterday. We were still in the yellow. I don't know if we're in the yellow today. I didn't check before I came here, but I knew I checked yesterday. So.
Dr. Flenard, she's got a response to what you're speaking
Ms.
of.
Phelps, I did check before the board meeting, and I'm happy to say we're actually in the yellow. Have moved to low, so we have been now in the green.
Okay.
As before the board meeting.
So there you go. We're in the green now.
That
We'll have
wasn't
that
the
report next
information
month,
that
though,
I
please.
wanted. I still would like the questions that I put forward to Ms. Flenard.
All right, she just gave the
Flenard.
thumbs up.
Thank you.
We'll get that presentation next
Thank
month
you.
from Ms. Cole.
Mr.
Anybody
Chairman,
else?
I had a question.
Yes.
So I do, and it's not really a question per se, but I guess it kind of is in a sense to Dr. Flenard. I just want to make sure that, because again, we're making decisions based on what we know today and based on the guidance from CDC. But if something, if the rates or the numbers increase in the community or in the schools, do we have a plan? Because
Yeah, we'll bring it up and rediscuss it, I would think. But Dr. Flenard, do you have a comment?
Sure, I do have a comment. I think that if the board allows us moving forward to follow the CDC guidance, meaning that if we are in green or if we ended up moving to yellow, we would follow the yellow. If we would move to red, then we would follow the red. It is something that is available to us. It's available to the community. We certainly would also update the re-engage plan as needed. So if it is a necessary piece, we would certainly do that. For example, we still would have the rules and expectations if an individual does have COVID, what the masks look like for those individuals. So all of that is something that we would be ready and poised to be able to communicate.
Thank you, Dr. Flenard. Ms. Gillespie.
all right, I'm not finished with my question.
Yes.
So thank you, Dr. Flenard, for that update. Because one of the questions that we always get is from the staff and teachers, making sure that the communication is consistent across the board so that they're more aware of what's happening when changes occur, when they don't occur. So I just want to make sure that we are also on board with that. And it sounds like that we are, because I don't want to create an anxiety situation when we eliminate one, then we're creating another one. So I want to make sure that the community is aware that we will communicate with you all to help you understand what the criteria are that we're working towards, or that we're working with. Thank you.
Great, thank you. You finished, Ms. Daniels. Okay, Ms. Gillespie.
I just wanted to say that I was the one that brought these motions up last week, and I wish that we could have approved them last week for our transportation and our school staff. But all that matters is that we are looking at them again now, and I just hope that they pass. So, thank you.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please. Ms. Shelley.
Because this is CDC guidelines, I will say aye.
Ms. Colt.
I want to say I hope that we would respect people's individual choice to continue to mask and make sure that no teacher, or educator, or student, bus driver who desires to continue to mask to protect themselves are made to feel any kind of a way. With that, I am going to vote no.
Okay, Dr. Daniels.
I'm going to vote, well, before I vote, and my vote is going to be based off the information that I got from U.S. Department of Transportation that stated on February 25th, 2022, CDC announced these additional recommendations or requirements. So for that, I'm going to vote yes.
Thank you, Mr. Boozman.
Due to the fact that everyone deserves the right to a choice and freedom of what they'd like to do and how they'd like to live their life, I'm going to vote yes.
Ms. Gillespie.
Gillespie, aye.
Ms. Phelps.
Do we have to explain our yes vote?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to explain it anyway, since I'm just following everybody else here. So
Okay.
I'm going to support this and vote yes. This is good coming together as a board up here and a body to come together and implement our motion and follow through with something all together to let our community know that we're going to get on and we're going to move on and we're all going to get through this together. So I vote yes.
All right, thank you. You said yes. The chair says yes. I think the numbers add up to 6-1 in favor of taking masks off of everything having to do with transportation within our school system. All right. Removal, next item of
I'll
any
make a
mandatory
motion to-
mask wearing. Okay,
I'll make a motion for removal of any mask.
I'll second.
on SCPS property, we have a motion.
Oh, hold on a second. Can I finish?
Yes, Ms.
Removal of any mandatory mask wearing requirement on Spotsylvania County Public Schools property for bus drivers, teachers, and staff. It's a continuation from the 3.0122 board meeting that Ms. Gillespie brought through.
Thank you.
And I second your
Ms.
motion.
Gillespie seconds the motion. Any quick turnaround discussion on that?
I think just really should be a quick question.
Sure.
Will we continue, Dr. Flenard, will we continue to purchase masks and have masks available in our schools for those students and staff members who may want one if they did not bring one from home?
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Mr. Chairman.
And again, I will be voting with this because, again,
Okay.
it is following the CDC guidance.
Okay, Dr. Daniel.
I just want to make a comment here because sometimes, in the past we've looked at the community levels, just looking at where the numbers were in the community levels. I just want to make sure that we need to, at this point, still keep up with the community levels, but also now look into, or at least put some numbers forth as far as at the school level, because I do believe that's important. If we're doing a universal mask removal, it makes sense to follow what's in our schools and make those calls, and I think we do that. Dr. Flenard, am I correct when I say that?
That is correct.
Okay. So again, I would just encourage us to continue to look at the data in the school settings and develop some metrics. It sounds like we have some in place, so I'm excited about that. When we're going to put those, if we have to put the mask back on. But for that, I am going to be voting for this. But I think there's a date. Did we say a date on this? I'm just curious. Did we said March 8th? Oh, when is this supposed to go into effect?
Tonight at midnight. Oh, that was 5 minutes ago.
So
Right now.
As soon as we get a
I just need to
four
debate.
spot vote, it's in effect.
So I do want to give parents an opportunity to talk with their kids about moving forward if we're going to do a universal mask removal. I don't know if that's enough time to give our parents an opportunity to talk with their kids about. There may be some others in the classrooms or in the school buildings without masks. I just think we need to give our parents a little bit more time, but that's just my opinion,
Okay.
and I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Colt? Yea or nay?
Again, I'm going to vote no because I don't trust that we are getting proper statistics to support the numbers, and so that's why.
Mr.
Thank
Buzmo?
you.
Thank you.
Be more than happy to give teachers the freedom to choose whether they'd like to wear a mask or not. So Buzmo, yes, once again.
Okay, Ms.
Gillespie, aye.
Phelps?
Phelps, can't wait to see the smiles tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Hey, and Twig, the chair votes aye. We have another 6-1.
Mr. Twig, we didn't vote. That was discussion. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's okay. It's late, Mr. Twig.
Okay,
Shelley,
Ms. Shelley,
aye.
what are you doing?
Shelley, aye.
And Dr. Daniels.
So yes, I'm going to give a reason why I'm voting no, because we should all give
I'm sorry,
reasons why we
did.
vote on certain issues. But I'm voting no because I do want to give parents another opportunity to at least another few days to discuss it with their children. Yeah, that's the reason I'm voting no.
So that was a yes. That was a no. Okay. Yes, no, and Ms. Phelps, what are you doing?
I said, I can't
Oh,
wait
you
to
already
see the
voted.
smiles in the morning.
Everybody else already voted. We got two no's. We got a 5-2 vote in support of removing masks from anybody and that is on school property in the Spotsylvania County.